Man, I talk a lot about how if you open a restaurant, if you have a bar, and if you even have a merchandise store in San Francisco, bless your heart because the robberies are not going to stop. But there's an industry that's even worse, guys. The rental car company industry in the Bay Area, especially San Francisco and Oakland, they're moving out in droves, okay? A lot of these wealthy individuals who are starting these rental car companies, they do not want to start it in San Francisco. First of all, there's barely any cops in San Francisco. They're short 600 to 700 cops. And that pretty much means small things like car theft, or if your delivery robot gets robbed, or if a store gets robbed, the cops are probably not going to come. But if there's any more a little bit serious than that, like super violent crimes, maybe they'll come. Now, I'm pretty sure the police officers, they want to care, but with such a big shortage going on and there's barely anyone even answering 911 calls, you kind of see why the Bay Area is strapped. This is what defund the police looks like, guys. And of course, car rental companies are going to be the next in line to leave San Francisco because 30 cars a day, guys. Thieves are now getting a lot more creative because people are actually not going to be putting items in their cars. Locals in San Francisco know that if you put a MacBook in your car, that's going to be gone the next day. I mean, it might even be gone the next 5 minutes. Who knows? And if you put any sort of package, any sort of bag in your car, any small change, windows get broken in and it costs hundreds of dollars. Guys, I can't imagine being a San Francisco car insurer. I mean, the amount of windows being broken in is crazy. And now you even have a lot of these car shops in San Francisco who used to do like a lot of other things like body work, rotating tires, stuff like that, oil changes. Now, fixing broken windows is one of the fattest money makers. And it's hilarious because now if you sell 2,000-pound planter boxes in San Francisco, that's mad money right there. And now if you're selling windshields and also glass for cars and you're fixing those, mad money right there as well. And when those two industries are growing for a city, that city is screwed. So what's happening now is these rental car companies are being broken through. And obviously you can't rent a car out if the window's broken through. So these companies, they buy a car, for example, for like $27,000, right? And they rent out for a day, the car window gets broken in. That's 2 to 3 weeks where the car cannot be rented out. And not to mention, it's very expensive to fix those windows. So after 2 to 3 weeks, they put the cars back on the market and then give it a few more weeks so the window gets broken in again. The car gets recalled and being fixed 2 to 3 weeks. And we all know that cars get old really fast. I mean, these rental cars, after 5-6 years, they do get really crusty. So every single day that's not in service, it hurts the business. There's even car rental companies. They said that they have 250 cars. They rent them all out for a single month. They come back and 10% of the cars got broken into. I mean, look at this. National Car Rental said they get about 30 cars broken into every day. Guys, the amount of expenses that is crazy. They're spending thousands of dollars every day just because people are literally elbowing through these windows to steal these packages. And you also may be asking, why are thieves targeting these rental cars? It's very simple, right? Rental cars are going to be ones where it's going to be tourists, vacation guys. You get the idea. The local residents already know that they can't put things in their cars, but if it's a rental car, it's most likely someone from out of state, so they eventually just take the package, backpack, whatever. So that's what's happening here. We're seeing these tourists, a lot of business guys, people from out of state who need rental cars. They have very expensive items in their backpacks. A lot of them don't know that San Francisco is like this, so they come back, window gets broken in, 3 MacBooks, and the camera are gone. Okay. Situations like these are everywhere, and like I said before, San Francisco, dude, their laws are so lax. I don't get it, guys. Like, you could rob almost $1,000 from a store and just a misdemeanor. Like, if robberies are barely even punishable by the law, this city has truly failed. I mean, if you go to Singapore, which basically has zero crime, you could leave your laptop there and no one will steal it for the next few days, literally. And in Singapore, $1,000 is not a misdemeanor. It's literally 4 to 5 years in jail, guys. Sometimes even more, depending on how frequent the robberies are. And if you look at some of these things, it's crazy. People committing actual crimes and barely anything is done to them. And if they do get caught, guess what? They get left out. I mean, you got car theft skyrocketing by several folds. It's like a natural thing. I mean, when you think of San Francisco, you think of poop on the floor, tents on the floor, and obviously carjackings. You would not see stuff like this in places like Miami. You would not see this in places like even Manhattan, right? Even Manhattan is actually not even that bad. Austin is somewhat okay, but places like Miami, Tampa, Orlando, they're so much better. And San Francisco is getting worse and worse every single day. It's constant. And now, guess what? What is the neighborhood with the most car break-ins? It's going to be Fisherman's Wharf. This is the most popular place in San Francisco. This is your tourist hotspot. This is supposed to be a place where there's not supposed to be any crime, but now everyone's here, okay? Fisherman's Wharf, this is massive tourist hotspot. You got great seafood, great cars, and now people are now targeting Fisherman's Wharf's tourism cars because tourists usually have a lot of things in their car, okay? They got big things and they got very expensive things. They got laptops, some of them got cameras, clothes. You get the idea. People will rob those. And Fisherman's Wharf is one of the last few bastions of San Francisco where it's actually a pretty decent place to live. But now you're seeing increased car break-ins. Even freaking Pier 39, this tourism hotspot center. This is supposed to be like the best area. And guess what? Check out some of the walking tours. Check out some Twitter videos. Pier 39, yeah, it has people, but it used to be shoulder to shoulder packed like all day through. Now it's like super empty, and people said it was really, really lame. Fisherman's Wharf is supposed to be like this really cool place, but like I said before, it's getting really lame. You went downtown, it's getting like Telegraph Hill is getting bad. Chinatown is supposed to be a big tourist destination, it's getting pretty bad. You also have places like, downtown, the beach, the ferry building. A lot of these areas are having increased car break-ins. Thieves are everywhere now. They're no longer targeting just the middle of San Francisco near the Tenderloin district. They're branching out to wealthier areas because those are the areas where people still put things in their cars. And hey man, if the rental car companies are sick and tired and they're moving out, this is probably one of the worst places to be doing any sort of business. Oh, you open a restaurant? Probably get robbed, or some few tents pop up in front of your business and your business will lose money because the city can't actually move those. Oh, if you open a bar, well, good luck. There's going to be robberies as well, and there's barely any office workers. Oh, if you want to open a grocery store, well, that's probably going to be shut down due to intense shoplifting. I mean, when you have Walgreens literally chaining the freezers, they put a big chain over the freezer just to prevent shoplifting. This city is probably not the place to open a grocery store. I mean, there really isn't anything left for San Francisco. It's just crime, crime, crime. When you have a rental car company saying they have 30 cars being broken in every single day, do you really want to open a business here? Yeah, San Francisco is giving you guys 50 G's to open a business, but I wouldn't open a business even if I could do it for free. Okay, it's simply too much of a risk, and everyone don't want to be here. It's sad because San Francisco was truly a pretty fun place before the pandemic started. But now, it has really deteriorated, okay? And nothing's being done. Literally nothing. There's one thing with crime, and it's one thing where nothing ever gets done. Let's see what happened in San Francisco. I really hope it gets fixed soon.